Good morning, students. Good morning. Can you hear me? In the last period, we have discussed factor theorem. Just I'll repeat that. Okay, students. Factor theorem. What is factor theorem? If P of x is the polynomial of degree greater than or equal to 1 and a is any real number, then x minus a is a factor of P of x if P of a is 0. And P of a equal to 0 if x minus a is a factor of P of x. This statement also we have studied in the last period. Okay. If you are not understood, once again I will say here what is the statement. What is the statement? P of x is a polynomial. Can you see here? P of x is a polynomial. If you divide P of x by x minus a, if you divide. So what they are saying, that what is the x minus a is a factor of P of x if P of a is 0. If you calculate P of a, if it becomes 0, x minus a is the factor of P of a. Okay, first statement. Second statement, if P of a is 0, if x minus a is a factor. So x minus a is factor means P of a is 0. If P of a is 0, x minus a is a factor. This is the statement. Okay, understanding this. Here, this we have to prove. What is given here? X minus a is a factor of P of x if P of a is equal to 0. Or if P of a is equal to 0, then x minus a is a factor of P of x. This is the statement. Okay, I'll erase that statement and I'll write here. Here, students, what is given? By remainder theorem, P of x equal to x minus a into q of x plus P of a we can write. How we can write like this? If P of x is one polynomial, okay. If you divide this by x minus a, you will get the quotient q of x. And remember r of x will get. Okay. And we know the remainder theorem, r of x is nothing but it is P of a. R of x is nothing but it is P of x. So when P of x is divided by x minus a, we can write this way. X minus a, like this. Say for example, 5 divided by 2 if you do. Or 15 divided by 2 if you do, what happens? 2 7 14. 1 is the remainder. How will you write? You will write 15 equal to 2 into 7, 2 into 7 plus 1 you will write. What is 2 here? 2 is the divisor. So this way only we have written here. P of x equal to 2 into 7 is written like that, x minus a into q of x. X minus a into q of x. And remainder 1 we have to add. Remainder is r of x, but r of x is given by P of a by remainder theorem. Therefore, we can write P of a. This is the first statement. So, any doubt is there in this? Next, the other conditions they have given. What happens if P of a is 0? We know remainder is given by We know remainder is given by P of A. Okay. So this is the statement we have written. For example, if P of A is 0, then what happens? This term becomes 0. This term becomes 0. When that term becomes 0, P of x becomes x minus a into Q of x. This term has become 0. Say for example, instead of 1 year, if we have got say 14 is there, Q divided by 7. 2 7 was 14. So 0 0. Now remainder becomes 0. If remainder is 0, what is the meaning? Q is the factor of this 14. So similarly here, if P of A is 0, P of A is nothing but remainder. If P of A this is 0, if this is 0, x minus A is the factor. So what is told here? If P of A is 0, then P of x equal to x minus A into Q of x. This P of A is 0, that goes, which shows that x minus is a factor of P of x. Remainder will happen, x minus a factor ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. Correct? And second case, since x minus a is a factor of P of x, x minus a factor ಐತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ remainder 0 ಇರಬೇಕಲ್ಲ. Correct? ನಾನು 2 14 factor ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ನಂತಂದ್ರೆ remainder 0 ಇರಬೇಕು. So what is told here? Since x minus a is a factor of P of x, x minus a ಅನ್ನೋದು P of x is a factor ಅದ. ಹಾಗಿತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಮೈಂಡರ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಬರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಈ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಬರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಹೌದಾ? ಏನಿರ್ತದ? ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಮೈಂಡರ್ 0 ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರ್ತದ. ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ಐ ಇಸ್ ದ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಪಿ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್, ರಿಮೈಂಡರ್ ಇಸ್ 0. ಸೊ ಕೋಶೆಂಟ್ಗೆ ಕ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಬದಲ ಮತ್ತೆ ಜಿ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಬೇರೆ ಇರಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ಜಿ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಬರಿಬಹುದು. ಹೌದಾ? ಫಾರ್ ಪಾಲಿನಾಮಿಯಲ್ ಜಿ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್. ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ರಿಮೈಂಡರ್ 0 ಇತ್ತು ತೋರ್ತಾರೆ. ರಿಮೈಂಡರ್ 0 ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಬರೀಬಹುದು ನಾವು? P of x equal to x minus a into G of x. P of x equal to x minus a into G of x for some polynomial G of x. In this case, ಏನ್ರಿ ಈ P of a ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಏನಾಗ್ತದ? P of a ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ. x value a minus a here 0 into G of x. So a minus a 0 means it is 0. 0 into G of a is 0. Totally it is 0. So P of a is 0. Okay. Now we shall go to some exercise problem. If you have understood statement, that is fine. You must understand statement. Only thing what is that? P of a is 0. It is a factor. It is a factor. P of a is 0. X minus a factor ಇರ್ತದ, if remainder 0 ಇದ್ದಾಗ, remainder 0 ಇದ್ದಾಗ x minus a factor ಇರ್ತದ, x minus a factor ಇದ್ದಾಗ remainder 0 ಇರ್ತದ. Okay. Now we shall go to exercise 4.4. All of you go to exercise. Based on factor theorem, we shall solve some examples. So now go to exercise. Exercise 4.4. Question number 1. Determine which of the following polynomials has x1 plus 1 as a factor. Determine which of the following polynomials has x plus 1 a factor. First one, They have given x cube plus x square plus x plus 1. So you have to find the this one remainder. Just you should find the remainder. If the remainder is 0, that x plus 1 is a factor. Otherwise, no. Understanding? You can use the factor theorem. Here, what is given here? X cube plus x square plus x plus 1. So, if it is divided by x plus 1, if remainder is 0, then it is a factor. If remainder is not 0, it is not a factor. How to check remainder? You know the remainder theorem. You can find remainder. How to check whether it is factor or not? Use factor theorem. What factor theorem tells us? X minus a is a factor if p of a is 0. Okay, we shall calculate p of a then. What is given here? By factor theorem, x minus a is a factor of p of x if p of a equal to 0. X minus a is factor of p of x if p of a is 0. Now we can calculate p of a here. Therefore, here p of x is given it is x cube plus x square plus x plus 1. And x minus a is given x plus 1. Therefore, p of a we have to calculate. What is the value of a? If it has to become, this has to become 0, here 1 minus 1 will be put, minus 1 plus 1 becomes 0, or if plus 1 is just take minus 1, so here p of minus 1 will calculate. This is equal to minus 1 cube plus minus 1 square plus minus 1 plus 1. This is minus 1, this is plus. Minus 1 plus, so became 0. Since p of a is 0, therefore x plus 1 is a factor. Okay. Since p of minus 1 is 0, x plus 1 is a factor of x cube plus x square plus x plus 1. Any doubt is there, yes? Students, any doubt is there, you can ask. Write this and try the next one, second one, also. The second one is also same. Here, if 0 comes, you should say x plus 1 is a factor. If it has not come 0, then you should say not equal to 0 here. Therefore, x plus 1 is not a factor. That's all. You understood or not? You understood, students? Okay.
Sir, we are not seeing that, sir.
Cancel?
Yes, sir.
In Kerala, cancel, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll write again. One sentence is missing here. So here, this 0 you can see, correct?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll write outside. Since what you have calculated p of a, p of a is p of minus 1. Since the p of minus 1 is 0, means what? Remainder is 0. Therefore, x plus 1 is a factor of x cube plus x square plus x plus 1. It's different. ಬರೀ ರಿಮೈಂಡರ್ 0 ಬರ್ತದಲ್ಲ ನಾವು p of a ಅಂದ್ರೆ ರಿಮೈಂಡರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ p of a 0 ಬರ್ತದೆ ನೋಡಿ 0 ಬಂತ x plus 1 ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ 0 ಬರಲಿಲ್ಲ x plus 1 is not factor ಅಷ್ಟೇ. You understood now all of you clearly? Now next question. Question number 2, x raised to 4 question number 2 is x raised to 4 plus x cube plus x square plus x plus 1. So what is given here? Answer is using factor theorem or first you write p of x equal to x raised to 4 plus x cube plus x square plus 1. By factor theorem, x minus a is a factor of p of x if p of a is 0. Okay, here we are dividing p of x by x plus 1. So when p of x equal to x raised to 4 plus x cube plus x square plus 1 is divided by x, you can write detail. When p of x equal to x raised to 4 plus x cube plus x square plus 1 is divided by x plus 1. Remainder is given by directly given by what? P of a. We want p of a just p of a. So p of a means what? X plus 1 is there. X plus 1 is by x plus 1 we are dividing. We are dividing p of x by x plus 1. Then a equal to, how to take a equal to x plus 1 if you are dividing by x plus 1. To get 0, what will be the x value? Minus 1. So put minus 1 here. P of minus 1. So x raised to 4 means minus 1 raised to 4. Plus x cube minus 1 raised to 3. Plus x square minus 1 square plus 1. Minus 1, this became plus 1. One term we have it, x square, x raised to 4, x cube, x 3, x plus x, here 1 x is here, x plus 1. So, here x plus 1, here also x plus 1 means minus 1 plus 1. This became plus 1, this became minus 1. This became plus 1, this is minus 1 and plus 1. So, this will cancel, this will cancel, 1 will remain. Since P of A equal to P of minus 1 is not 0. It is not 0. Therefore, x plus 1 is not a factor. Therefore, x plus 1 is not a factor across what this polynomial. P of x equal to x raised to 4 plus x cubed plus x square plus x plus 1. Third example, you want to try students? Try the third example exactly same way. Try this third one. All of you are having textbook. Third example is x raised to 4 plus 3x cubed plus 3x squared plus x plus 1. Try. You have to find the remainder first. Did you try? Did you get answer? Third example you want to do, students. I'm waiting here. After getting answer, you tell me. Just find out the remainder. When, here, very simple it is. When P of x equal to x raised to 4 plus 3x cubed plus 3x squared plus x plus 1 is divided by x plus 1, the remainder is given by P of minus 1 again. If you put minus 1 in this expression, okay, wherever x is there, put minus 1. Calculate its value. If its value has come 0, then x minus x plus 1 is a factor. Otherwise, no. That's all. How many have you completed? Did you complete? Answer. P of x equal to x raised to 4 plus 3x cubed plus 3x squared plus x plus 1. This is given polynomial. Answer. When when P of x equal to x raised to, when P of x is P of x is divided by x minus a, remainder is given by remainder is given by P of a. Here when P of x equal to, this statement extra written. This is to make you remember the remainder theorem. When P of x equal to x raised to 4 plus 3x cube plus 3x square plus x plus 1 is divided by x plus 1. Remainder is x plus 1. Remainder P of a equal to P of minus 1, that is equal to, put minus 1 in this polynomial, P of x plus minus 1. So minus 1 raised to 4 plus 3 into minus 1 cube plus 3 into minus 1 square plus minus 1 plus 1. So minus 1 raised to 4 is plus 1. This is minus 3. This is plus 3. That is minus 1 plus 1. So this is plus 1 minus 3 plus 3 minus 1 plus 1. 3 cancelled. This also cancelled. 1 is remaining. P of minus 1 is not equal to 0. Therefore, by factor theorem, x plus 1 is not a factor of what? This polynomial. X cube, x raised to 4 plus 3x cube plus 3x square plus x plus 1. Right. Question number 4. Question number 4 is x cube minus x square minus 2 plus root 2 into the bracket x plus root 2. Okay. Some sentences I'll remove and make it simple. Answer: when P of x equal to x cube minus x square minus into bracket 2 plus root 2 into x plus square root of 2 is divided by x plus 1. Remainder is given by P of A. That is directly we calculate P of minus 1. So put minus 1 here, minus 1 cube, minus 1 square, minus into bracket 2 plus square root of 2 into minus 1 plus square root of 2. Minus 1 cube is minus 1, minus 1 square is minus 1, then this minus 2, minus 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 plus 1, minus minus plus 2 plus root 2 plus root 2. Now minus 1 minus 1 minus 2, minus 2 plus 2 plus root 2 plus root 2. Cancel this. This is 2 root 2. This is not equal to 0. It is not equal to 0. So this is not equal to 0. Therefore, P of minus 1 is not equal to 0. By factor theorem, by factor theorem, by factor theorem, by factor theorem, x plus 1 is not a factor, not a factor of this x cube minus x square minus into the bracket 2 plus root 2 into x plus 1 plus root 2. You understood, students? How many x understood? Can you raise your hand? Good. Yeah. All of you raise your hand if you understood. Okay, nice. Remaining problem, second name is also exactly same. There only they have told you P of x is divided by G of x. Instead of saying x plus 1, they have given name for that, polynomial G of x. That's all. Try those examples in your home. Okay, students? Thank you all. I shall stop here. We can continue in the next video. Good morning, students. Good morning. Yes, Sally, listening, students.
Good morning, ma'am.
So what we were discussing in previous class? We are discussing about the natural resources, right? So what are the natural resources? Air, water, land. So air means what is it? Atmosphere. Water means hydrosphere. Land means lithosphere, right? So how much we are continuing the class now? Yes, how much we are continuing the class work? Tell me, class work, tell me.
Ma'am, up to atmosphere. In your class work points, you tell me what are the points you have written? Yes. Points. One of you please explain. Yes. Will you explain or not? Ma'am, atmosphere points, ma'am.
No, no. You just explain what are the class work points you have written in natural resources.
Resources on the earth,
Yes.
biosphere,
Hmm.
air,
Hmm.
atmosphere.
Atmosphere you written. Atmosphere means what are the points you have written?
Ma'am, 2 points are one.
Yes. What you have written, students? Explain what are the points you written about atmosphere.
The presence of gases around the earth prevents an increase in the temperature of the earth during the daytime. The atmosphere prevents the harmful radiation of the sun from reaching the earth's surface.
Okay. So first we'll come to that resources are there. Once again I'll repeat it. Okay, what are the resources? We'll get air, water, soil. These are the main resources of the earth. So we consider which we study about the air we call as lithosphere, which we have atmosphere. The water on the earth which is hydrosphere. The layer of the air around the earth we call it as atmosphere. So here we have biosphere. You know, biotic and abiotic components, students. What is biotic component? Have you learned in the fifth, seventh standard abiotic and biotic? So this will come under biosphere. Or the biotic means non-living things, which are the air, water, soil, and biotic means living things like air, what is that, plants, animals, all living organisms comes under this. Okay, so living organisms are found whether the atmosphere, hydrosphere, and lithosphere interact and is this biosphere disorder. So we have studied about the air, isn't it? So air is very essential for all living beings. So air is a mixture of gases. You know that? So what you say that atmosphere, okay? So it is having about 78% of the atmosphere. What is there more in the atmosphere? Which gas is more in the atmosphere? 78% of nitrogen is more. Okay, oxygen is how much percent is there? Oxygen is 21%. So carbon dioxide is there only 0.03%. CO2. It is oxygen. So remaining gases, okay, they have like 1% or like this, less present in the atmosphere. So we know that why this air is needed for all living beings. You know, like plants, animals, all living organisms need air to breathe, right? So during respiration, we need oxygen, right? So some of the living organisms like plants, what they do, they take carbon dioxide and they release oxygen, and animals like and human beings take oxygen, they release carbon dioxide. This is the process which we are doing. It is imbalance in the nature. So here, what is the role of atmosphere in climate control disorder? So we have discussed that during day it will be very hot and during night it will be cold disorder. And we have discussed about the 5 layers of the atmosphere, right? So lowest layer, troposphere. The layer troposphere, which is the lowest layer of the atmosphere. The earth is covered by air of blanket, that is the covered atmosphere, which has a 5 layers. Okay, so which protects from the ozone layer and which is protects from the very hot rays, right? Which is protects from the very cold. So we are getting the sufficient air and sufficient cold and sufficient heat. Okay, due to the atmosphere, you can say that. Okay, next, what is this? The movement of air. So movement of air, what we call as wind. Okay, by the wind also the air gets heat. Okay, the land and water bodies will get heat, right? So during the day, land gets heated faster than the sea. So the air above the land rises up and cool air from the sea moves towards the land. So during the night, sea moves more slowly than the land. So the hot air above the sea rises up and cool air from the land moves towards the sea. And we have discussed about the rain also, right? So we know the water cycle, how rain occurs, that process we have learned in the 7th, 8th standard, right? So when water bodies are heated during day, a large amount of water vapors, okay, and rises up some water vapors also get into the atmosphere due to biological activities like transpiration. So as the water vapor rises, it cools and condenses to form a tiny droplets of water. Means the how the clouds form. Okay, so this appears as clouds when the tiny droplets of water join together to form bigger drops of water. And when these droplets become heavy, they fall as rain. So rain falls in a different ways. You know, on the mountains, it falls as a snow. Okay, and what is that? Water droplets. Next point is that is air pollution. We already know that what is the air pollution. We have already learned in the previous classes like 7th, 8th standard. Pollution means what is that? Okay, air pollution means what is that? So air pollution means which is release of vehicles, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide gases. Okay, and next one is which is the release of carbon fuels when we burn. They release small amount of nitrogen and sulfur oxide. Okay, so when these dissolve in the water droplets, okay, this fall as a acid rain incident. Okay, it follows acid rain. So acid rain, now we have not seen many years it is we are not seen the acid rain. So it has happened when it is happened we have to see that. I'll tell you that when it is happening, which year it is happened acid rain before. Okay. So burning of fossil fuels also release on the carbon particles which reduces visibility. During cold weather, along with condensed water, it forms smoke. Okay, in the you know that in the cold season, what happens in the cold weather? You know the fog and all fog. That is the fog. It is not visible, isn't it? In somewhere it is a cold season. In the morning, wake up and early morning wake up and see 5 to 6 o'clock. You can see the road. The road is not visible because of the what is that smoke? Because of the water it forms as smoke during cold weather. So regular breathing air containing. So you see, breathe this type of air, okay, which is containing of nitrogen and sulfur oxide. These are causes of many diseases like heart diseases, we can say cancer, and we'll get many diseases, allergies also. Okay, then we are discussing about the soil last class, right? Here? We know that soil is very important for growing plants, right? In the field, the farmers need soil to grow plants. Okay. Here we already discussed about how soil is formed means it is breaking down of a big rock, right? We have already discussed breaking of a big rock into a what is that? Soil. So it takes more years to form a soil. The rock takes more years to form a soil. So it will not form 1 year or 2 years. So whatever the soil we are using, it is also already formed in 100 years or 1,000 years. Okay, it has taken time 1,000 years to form. It is not very easy to become rocks into soil. There is a different activities taken place. What is that? Biological activity, physical, chemical activities are taken. So nowadays people are using chemical activity, okay, physical activities, machines they are using, okay, biological activities also they are taking to make it rocks into soil. Okay, so these we have discussed that when rain will be, heavy rain will be there, these rocks, okay, get flow in water and they rub each other, they make a small pieces. Because of the sun rays and the cold also, they become cracked and they become small pieces. When the small waves also breaks down into smaller particles and carries it from one place to another. While carrying one place to another, they rub each other, rocks and they get pieces. And some of the trees roots which grow under the rocks, okay, that also make cracks in between the rocks and they make it as a small pieces. So these are the some examples of formation of soil we have discussed. What is the next is composition of soil? What is the composition of soil? You know that all of you that soil is a mixture of rock particles. So whenever you select the soil, you just take a soil and put it in a 1 glass of water. Take 1 spoon of soil and put it in a water glass. What is that? Take 1 glass of water and put a soil inside. What are the particles you can see in this students? Yes? What particles can you see in this soil when you put in the soil, water? Soil is a mixture of rock particles and decayed organisms. Okay, decayed means when these living organisms die, they decay in the soil. Okay, they decayed in the soil. So that is we call it as a humus. So you know that when you put soil inside the water, you see rock particles, means small stone particles you see, and sand particles you see, and mud, soil, and some particles will be floating in water. These we call it as humus. Okay, the which particles will float. For example, leaves of the trees or plants, leaves of the trees or plants, okay, which are decayed. So they float in water. Okay, upper part of the water they float. And living organisms, minerals. So soil is mixture of these all things. What else? Decayed organisms called humus, living organisms, minerals, air and water, the amount of minerals, air, water factors which decide the biodiversity in the area. So composite oil is mixture of these all things. And how the soil solution becomes. How soil solution becomes. Okay, so you know that the addition of harmful substances which suppresses the fertility of the soil and kills the diversity of organisms living in it is called soil pollution. Okay, soil pollution means, for example, which we use for field, some, what is that? For fertilizers. Okay, we know that fertilizers, man-made fertilizers, compost which we use for the soil. Okay, so this will be affect if you put more compost and more fertilizer. If you use more fertilization, that is also affect on the soil. Okay, and keep the diversity or organisms living in this soil pollution means the which organisms are living in the soil. Okay, they are also killed by these substances, harmful substances. And soil pollution is caused by the excessive use of pesticides, fertilizers and pesticides. So which we use to spray for the plants. Okay, pesticides. So to reduce the insects which make harmful, okay, damage the plants. So we use pesticides for that. Fertilizers we use for soil. So this may cause of soil pollution. Okay, and organisms which live in the soil, organisms means earth forms, and bacteria which makes the soil rich in humus. So which bacteria lives under the root, okay, where the root part you can see the bacteria, so which is living in the root part. So they will also die and they killed by these harmful substances. The removal of useful components and addition of other harmful substances reduces the fertility of soil and causes soil pollution. If the soil is reduces its fertility, we can say that soil pollution for that. Okay, these are the some causes of soil pollution. We also have heard that the soil erosion. Okay, we also have heard about the soil erosion. Okay, so how it happens, soil erosion? Okay, you know that when it's heavy rain falls, you can see the way water will be flowing in the field side also. If flood, okay, if you cause by flood means the flood may cause in fields, okay, fields also. When it happens in the fields and if it rains heavily, it carries Okay, all the upper part of the soil in the water. So the upper part of the soil is the fertility, which the has more fertilizers. Okay, more fertilization will be there. That soil will be flowed in the water when it is a heavy rain. So the carrying away of soil from one place to other by flowing water, and wind is called soil pollution disorder. So large scale deforestation also causes soil pollution. So you know that the plants hold the soil, roots hold the soil firmly. Okay. So you know that whenever we grow more plants, they feed the soil, and they hold the soil. Isn't it? If you not grow plants, if you remove the plants, what happens? While removing, you can see the with the root, you can see the soil. It becomes loose. The land becomes loose whenever you remove the roots of the tree or remove the roots of the plant. The soil becomes loose. Then it is the what is that? Large scale deforestation. Deforestation is removing of the trees where the forest will be there. Large scale of trees if you remove. So it causes soil erosion. Okay, soil erosion can reduce or prevented by vegetative cover on the ground. Okay, and afforestation. We have to grow more trees and construction of dams and terraces, dams, etc. So to prevent this flood and all, what we have to do, we have to build dams. Okay, dams means what is that? We used to store more water in the dams. So if it is there is a flood means if you have more dams to what is the flow of the water, we can store the water in the rainy season. So by this way, we can prevent the soil erosion also. And the next is the effect of flowing water on topsoil. So what happens if rain water flow on a topsoil? You can see the take two trays. For example, you can do this activities at your home. Take two trays, you know that trays which can hold the soil and water like that tray and same size and fill them with the soil. Both trays should be same size and fill the soil and plant mustard or green gram in one of the trays. So one of the tray you just what you have to do? Plant mustard or green grass in one tray. Water both the trays for a few days till the first tray is covered by plant growth. The tilt both the trays at the same angle. Pour equal amount of water gently on both the trays. More soil is carried out of the tray which did not have plant growth. This shows that vegetative cover reduces soil erosion. So what is this activity? So which will be having the vegetative cover. So when the soil will be covered by vegetative, so this will be reduces soil erosion. So which will be the dry soil will be there? Dry soil that is what is that? It makes soil erosion. Okay. You can see the picture of where the green plants are grown. That is what vegetative covering. Okay, and you can see the dry land that is shows the soil erosion. Here the green ground in which tray is growing, it is the you can see the soil in this how it is, and you set to another tray which is not grown any plant. You are putting the water for both the trays, and you can just separate soil. Okay. So this point I will discuss tomorrow. I come to the class 4. So if you told that still atmosphere you have written. Have you written about air, student? Air written? Have you written about air? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Write about the wind. The changes in the earth atmosphere are responsible for wind, storms, breeze, and rain. The formation of water vapor in the atmosphere can take place due to the heating of water, bodies, and activities of living organisms.
Wow.
Wind in the coastal area. During the daytime, the land in the coastal area areas get heated faster than the sea. As a result, the air above the land rises above and creates a region of low pressure then the air above the sea moves to this region of low pressure this case winds in the coastal area. During the day. Air pollution. The presence of harmful substances in the air leads to pollution A. It can severely affect the health of living organisms and the quality of the environment. Causes of air pollution. So I will not explain, just I'll write the point. So if it is asked to write, you have to explain students. Burning of fossil fuels, I am not explaining. You should know about explanation. Burning of fossil fuels and exhaust from industries. So industries exhaust. So mining, you know that mining is coal mining, when the coal is extracted by the land. That process we call it as mining. Indoor activities, indoor activities means what is that? Cleansing agents and paints used in house release harmful effects. These are just some types of air pollution. And vehicles, moving vehicles, many others, you can add those points. Effects of air pollution, I will just write the point, you should know explanation. Effects of air pollution. So what are the effects? You get that acid rain, harmful diseases and allergies, allergies, a decrease in the visibility, smog, decrease in the visibility. Next is global warming. Ozone layer depletion. Soil, the upper layer of the earth called crust stone. Crust stone, different nutrients that can help in sustaining life on earth. So tomorrow I will tell you the factors affecting the formation of soil. So how the soil is formed. You know that by the sun, by the water, by the wind, by the living organisms, the soil is formed. Okay? That
Ma'am,
explanation is.
sound lesson and why do we fall ill lesson question answer.
Is it necessary to how to find the question answers all are easy only? Can you try to write, students? There are no more questions. Less questions are there. Already we have discussed in that such difficult questions are not there. How to sign? Do you write or how to sign? Yes, students.
We will write.
Will you write?
Yes, ma'am.
If you write, please, after writing, you send me, Sanjana.
Okay.
You send me, then I'll see. Okay?